Please meet me standing at the top of the mat. I asked us at the beginning of class to grab a towel or a belt or a dog leash or a towel. I think I already said towel, scarf. If you can, please just grab something that allows you to be a little bit wider or a lot wider than your body. And exhale it here. Just have your hands wide if you can see mine. Inhale, bring it up, up. Exhale, back. Inhale, up. Shoulders touch your ears, forward. And do that a few times. So as you can see, my front view is quite natural or quite stable. Okay, I'm going to give you a side view so you see. Make sure that when you go up, the upper back doesn't alter. Okay, so what I mean by that is once you're up, keep the tail under, keep your ribs back. The ribs don't move. Right now, we're just kind of lubricating the shoulders. If you ever wanted to look more versions of this up on YouTube, you could type in shoulder dislocates. That's what that community calls it. Next time you're forward, pause. You could stay or purposefully narrow your grip. So I move it one finger in on either side, or you kind of just guesstimate. Same thing, inhale up and up, back. And maybe I shouldn't cue the breath. Breathe normal. If ever you want homework, just do this right before you sit to like send an email or just in between on your way to the bathroom, you see a belt hanging somewhere and you just do this. My people have me doing it just 3 sets right before I train or right before you're going to be weight bearing. All right, next time you're in the front, pause and last grip. This one's a little bit or a lot tighter, enough that at the top you kind of make a face and you're like, oh, I don't know. At which point you stay there, bring everything in, and maybe you go back. For those of us that's not happening, you found your spot, bend the elbow and just stretch. Notice how my upper back wants to arch, keep it back. Another way to say what we're doing is we're training our shoulders to be shoulders and our spine to be a spine. Just because we're moving the shoulders doesn't mean that the spine needs to compensate for the lack of opening. And there it is. If ever you want to return to it, you can. I'm going to put it away. And let's go into our classical postures, yeah? Sun salutation A. Meet me at the top of the mat and invite yourself just to land. Exhale into your body. Palms will touch. Wiggle the toes. And notice the sensation coursing through the shoulders, the upper back, and the breath. And see if you can ground from the shoulders down into the feet. Invite the energy to ground down. And as it's pressing down, you can lift the toes, lift the arches, and zipper it in, spiral it in through the inner calves. The thighs go back, and then root the tail, belly in. Inhale, the energy goes up through the center of the spine. Crown is tall, shoulders are wide. Exhale. Good. Last full breath. Inhale here. Exhale. Let's begin with 1 Om. Inhale. Rest the hands by our side. Sun salutation A. Inhale, reach the hands up, look up. Exhale, fold, touch the floor. Look at your legs. Inhale, keep your hands down, look forward. Exhale, bring the feet back, bend the elbows, lower it down. Inhale, slide it onto the tops of the feet, heels are in, eyes are up. Exhale, widen the hips up and back, tuck the tail, and look at your toes. Good. Make the connection. I know we started with opening the shoulders. Make the connection. Everything that's touching the floor, notice the sensation in the wrists and the knuckles and the finger pads. You can invite any calibration naturally to occur. Good. Stay as you are. Just lift your armpits, lift your shoulders away from the thighs, away from the mat, into their own space. And then from there, lengthen the hips back. 2 more breaths. I'm just going to turn the music on. If any of you have a playlist you're listening to, go ahead and push play in 3, 2, 1. All right, meet me in downward facing. Bend both knees, please. Walk, step, jump to the top of the mat. Inhale, eyes forward. Exhale, fold it down. Stand up tall. Inhale, reach up high. And exhale, rest it. Because it's shoulders, I'm going to cue the arms. Inhale, arms to a T and overhead. Exhale, arms to a T and down below. So start taking up space, yeah? Inhale, prepare, look forward. Exhale, meet me in chaturanga. Lower it down, belly time. Rest. Arms are to a T. Bend your left knee. Place your left hand under your left shoulder. Look left. Stay here or roll it over. Adjust anything that needs to be adjusted, enough that your head can rest on the earth. Good. Some of us will stay, and this might be plenty for the front of the right shoulder. Others may bring the left hand to the left waist and plug your left shoulder in the socket. Now, all of a sudden, both shoulder blades are behind the base of the heart. You can widen the front chest, collarbones, air out the front of the shoulders. Of course, you could do anything else you want with the left hand. Zion's being lovely. Sometimes he stares at me upside down and it looks like he's smiling. All right. The left arm can return to the ceiling if it moved anywhere. And please touch the earth. Exhale, return to the belly. Notice any sensation on the right side, on the left side. Arms to a T. Option 1, for a second, please navigate your body. If you were able to zone out or you didn't feel it as much, please bend your left elbow. So it's, let's call it goalpost arm. Regardless, everyone's right hand under right shoulder, bend the right knee, look right. Stay or roll over. Bending the elbow, the back elbow, significantly shifts sensation because now you can't collapse as much. Please make any adjustments to invite the left temple to the floor. Stay or do what you want with the right arm. Breath is steady. Some of us right hand to the waist, plug the right shoulder in the socket. Whatever you're doing, invite a lengthening to happen on your left armpit, left collarbone. Sorry, Zion's licking my armpit, exactly where I'm guiding you to breathe into. All right, right arm can go towards the ceiling, touch the floor, land, belly time. Exhale. Set up for upward facing. Plant the hands under the shoulders, please. Seal. Imagine you're a baby seal before you even go up. Tuck the toes and slide the hips so far forward, it kind of feels like it's fun. Then from there, rise up, upward facing. Exhale, bring it back. All of these practices are invitations to return to the body. See if you can invite yourself in a playful, sweet, kind way. And as that invitation opens, see if you can command all of yourself to be present. Fingers, toes, heels, wrists, shoulders, hips, and everything in between. All right, bend both knees, look forward. Inhale, we're at the top of the mat. Exhale, fold it down. Stand up, please. Inhale, arms to a T and overhead. Exhale to a T and down. So then basically we're just widening. Inhale, arms out, look up. Exhale, bring it forward, touch the earth. Inhale, the heart rises, eyes are forward. Exhale, step or jump the legs back, bend the elbows. Inhale, upper back, look up. Exhale, bring the awareness to the hips, tuck the chin. All right, let's give our shoulders a break. Let's give our brain a break in the upper body. Please press the hands so far down, you shrug your shoulders. Shoulders and ears are in the same family. They're in the same latitude, longitude, wherever. Stay, or let's invite the hips. It was also a request for the hips. Press the left foot back, lift it up, and back. Imagine someone's pulling you enough that the right knee bends a little bit. Stay, and now purposefully stack the hips, straighten the right leg. Tuck your tail a lot, bend the top knee. Stay. You could explore your clutch, meaning you could bend or straighten a little bit more, Or you could explore the gas pedal where you're pressing the heel further back. You choose. Eventually, you could do all of it. Some people prefer to move the knee in circles. It's your body, your Sunday. The way I teach Sundays is a lot more options, not to confuse you, but kind of like Sunday brunch, right? So you respond exactly as you choose with a bit of structure. Legs are straight if it's bent. Inhale, square the hips. Exhale, bring it down, pedal it out. Notice left, notice right. Let's go to the right. Inhale, lift the right leg so far back, the left knee kind of bends to make room for that length. Keep it long now. Stack the right hip over the left. So if you were talking, your voice would change. Tuck the tail and do what you want with the upper leg. Bend it more, bend it less. The heel can press further away from your hip. Do what serves you. And please know the left and the right side are vastly different. Some people always sleep on the same side of the bed. Imagine that. Maybe you do circles with your knee. Good. Eventually we pause, straighten the leg, inhale, square the hips down, exhale, please land on the ground, feet touch, wiggle all you need until you feel your low back is stable. Bend the knees, look forward. Inhale, walk, step, jump to the top. Exhale, fold it down. Arms to a T. Inhale, stand up, arms are wide and overhead. Exhale, hands are down. Pause. So right then we were working from the heart out like this. Now we're going to purposefully work the sides of the shoulders. So we're going to reach forward, yeah? It's the same thing. You know Sun Salutation B. Please bend the knees. Inhale, reach the hands forward and up. Exhale, forward and down. Inhale, lengthen the spine, look forward. Exhale, chaturanga, lower everything back. Inhale, slide forward like a happy seal, look up. Exhale, slide it back. Right foot, warrior one. Inhale, step the foot, bend the knee, look up to your thumbs. Exhale, touch the floor, step back to lower. Inhale, we slide and open the front hips, look up. Exhale, we tuck everything back. Left foot replaces your left hand, bend the knee. Inhale, look up to your thumbs. Exhale, touch earth. Step back to lower. Belly time, rest. Elbows on the ground and adjust your legs however you want. I always adjust them just so the front of the hips get a slight stretch. Tuck the tail, belly in. Inhale, lift the ribs off the mat. Option one, this is plenty. Stay and stretch the tops of the feet, tops of the hips. Option two, grab your elbows. Stay or cross the elbows. Maybe you cross your triceps, your arms. Move the elbows higher or lower depending on your throat. Please press the hands down. No bello. Press the hands down. Tuck your chin slightly. From the center of the spine to either shoulder. Inhale, press the hands down, and exhale, widen the shoulders away from each other. And imagine that creating this space now frees up the highway of energy there that was maybe stuck or congested. And as we create this space, it's as though we're about to receive a shoulder or a neck massage. So we purposefully relax the chin a little bit and invite a little bit of ease into our nervous system. Good. We can back off slightly. Inhale. Keep your arms how they were, just back off like 50%. Switch the cross of your arms. Exhale, so the other arm is in front. Stay or walk the fingers away from center. Again, you can adjust your elbows closer or further from you based on direct experience. Press the hands down. Inhale, breathe into the upper back as though you're going to round the upper back. And exhale, shoulders away from the spine towards the floor. Good. As we slowly decongest this highway or this area between our shoulders and our skull, our shoulders and the base of the spine, this diamond, inhale, just widen, breathe there. And see if you can hug the ribs back towards the back plane of the body. Good. Last full breath. Soften. Inhale, back off a little bit. Exhale, back off a lot. Baby seal, tuck the toes, slide the hips as far forward as is useful for you. Inhale, and then you're on the tops of the feet. Widen the chest, look up. Exhale, downward facing. Some of us stay here. If ever you want to work your shoulders, we could rest on the knees. Exhale, at any time you could rest on the knees. Some people do a classic child's pose with the palms flat. Others would lift onto the fingertips and then lift the hips slightly and invite your shoulders to come down. Another way to say it is your forehead could be down, your nose could be down, or maybe your chin is down. You could slide the arms forward. I'll come hang out with you and just see how we're vibing with this. I kind of want to turn this down. Please tell me if the sound is off. I turned it down one notch. Hey, Rivka, good to see you. Hey, Cam, it was nice to see you sign up for class. Made me happy. And Layla, I see you. Welcome, Sarah. All right. Please return towards all fours or down dog if you're not already there. Tuck the toes, lift the knees, look towards your thighs. Bend the knees, eyes are forward. Inhale, walk, step, or jump. We're at the top of the mat. Look forward. Exhale, chest towards your legs. Tuck the chin slightly. Invite your neck to be long. Bend the knees. Inhale, hands overhead. Look up. Samasthiti. Exhale. Kind of want to add arms and shoulders from the get-go. See if you can bend the knees, and we'll hold a little bit. Hands up. Interlace the fingers. Palms are up. Just stay here for 3. Some people wiggle naturally side to side. Others wiggle back and forth. Others are stoic. You choose what you're doing. 3 breaths. Connect to the sound of the breath and connect to your choice. When in doubt, stay put. And we move on to comfort. Exhale, fold, or to what we know. Inhale, lengthen forward. Chaturanga, please. Exhale, feet are back, elbows are next to us. Keep the shoulders behind you. Inhale, slide forward, open the heart, look up. Exhale, bring the hips back. Right foot forward. Inhale, step it forward. Pause. Exhale, warrior 2. Left hand down, lift the right arm up. Inhale, stretch, yawn, press the top hand away from you like you're going to push the wall or the ceiling away. And return. Exhale, chaturanga. Bend the elbows. Inhale, we open. Exhale, we close. Left foot, please. Inhale, step the left foot forward, bend the knee, hands up, pause. Warrior 2, exhale, open your arms to a T. Some stay, others, right hand touches your thigh. Do what you want with your left side. Yawn. I encourage you to make a little sound if any sounds come out. And it kind of sounds like you're enjoying your body or you're enjoying a stretch. And we return towards chaturanga. Exhale, step it back, lower it down. Inhale, we open, eyes are up. Exhale, we close, hips are back. Please, at any point, you can stay here, or if you want to thread the needle and work your shoulders, exhale, please rest the knees down. I'll do the right hand, so please keep your left hand down. Inhale, lift your right arm up, look to the ceiling. Exhale, rest your elbow on earth, option 1. Option 2, keep walking the right arm away from you like you did earlier and rest your right shoulder on the earth, right ear, temple on the earth. Left hand, move it so you can see it in front of your nose. Press down and adjust at least once. Notice if the hips want to come towards the shoulders, widen your buttocks back or purposefully press your hips back so there's freedom. Feel free to extend your left leg or not. This is more of like an anchor for those of us who like to think of that. Stay or do whatever you want with the left arm. will give us a lot of options. The left arm can stretch by your ear, so the fingers are beyond your head. This would create a little bit of a left side body stretch where you press your hips back and there is space in your abdomen, space in between each rib. Everything that happens to us, through us, for us, in front of us, behind our back is stored in the body. And so this practice kind of clears up the highway. It's as though you're driving around, cleaning this space in a very gentle, sweet way with really good music. Stay, or some of us prefer to have the arm up, or maybe even to our sacrum, and we can massage our low back, or we can do anything really. The last cue I'll give for anyone who wants tactile feedback, the bottom hand, the right hand, can support your left shoulder. You could massage, you could plug it back, you can do anything you want with your right hand. Breath is steady, 2 more breaths. By the way, if ever you wanted and any of these poses feel good, you could stay. Sometimes I do it for minutes at a time or a really good song at a time. If the arm is behind you, please lift the left arm to the ceiling. Inhale. Exhale, touch earth. Retrace your steps. You could be as fluid and graceful as you want. You could be as linear and straightforward as you want. Pause, and let's undulate for a second. Soften the chest down. Lift the tail, lift your chin. Inhale here. Exhale, tuck your tail, belly in, hug the kidneys back, widen your upper back, tuck the chin. 2 more on your own. When in doubt, just move your body. Another way to think of what we're doing is we're stirring stuff up, and then gradually we kind of just drain out anything that's excess or anything that has been unplugged from a gripping pattern. All right, let's pause. Left side, please. Keep your right hand underneath you. Inhale, stretch the left arm overhead, and exhale, rest the elbow on the ground. Stay like this, or walk the left arm away from you. Invite the head towards earth. Press the right hand down. Inhale, adjust yourself at least once, and exhale, settle into it. Some of us stay. Others, the right leg extends somewhere. Good. Keep the weight back into the heels, into the hips, into the back of the thighs. Some people's right arm can move over the ear. If you have a block, sometimes I would put my hand on a block. That way I don't have to reach as much. And the higher the hands are, if you don't have a block, you could use fingertips. The higher it is, the more you can plug the right shoulder back and make a stretching sound. All right, imagine your teacher's helping you, holding the hips back, and says, stretch your torso, stretch your spine, invite space between each rib so there's no congestion. Sometimes your ribs get like compartmentalized and you kind of move as though they're all one rib, and they're actually a bunch of little separate ones. Some people move the right arm to their low back, sacrum, anywhere else. And the bottom hand can stay, or it massages your right shoulder. Maybe it's a kickstand for the pose. Sometimes I even use my thumb to massage the collarbone, the sternum, not the sternum, the collarbone, clavicle, somewhere around there. It's your practice. I'm practicing with a teacher, and she just calls it practices of self-love. Please return the right hand down. Inhale, uncoil however you see fit. Exhale, we're on all fours. Rest the knees, press the hands down. Let's just do the shoulders. Imagine you have your favorite fruit that is like a juicy fruit. Some people it's like a tomato, other people, I don't know, a grape. Imagine it's between your shoulder blades, melt the heart down, and now hug the shoulders back as though you're gonna squeeze the juice out of it. And then arch your back and get it off of you. Protract the shoulders. Bring the shoulders back, retract. Bring the shoulders forward, protract. I'll say something different. Bring the shoulders back towards the spine. And then imagine you're going to hug a really big person or a really big tree. So widen the shoulders to the sides. 2 more on your own. Earlier, we were doing the shoulder dislocates, remember? That was more like elevation and depression. Now we're doing retraction and protraction. These are all natural movements of the shoulder. Next time you're ready, find neutral, all fours. Tuck the toes, lift the knees back. If we were going to purposefully invite embodiment of what we just did, maybe not the retraction, but earlier, can you please shrug your shoulders up to your ears? Keep them there, and now lengthen your hips back. So we elevate the shoulders and then externally rotate them. Bend the knees, look forward. Inhale, make it to the top. Eyes are forward. Exhale, fold it down. Knees will bend. Inhale, hands will rise, look up. Samasthiti, exhale. One more, and I want to invite shoulders again, but the front of the shoulders. Please interlace the fingers behind the back. Inhale, flirt the shoulders back, retract the shoulders, bend the knees. Stay or wiggle a little bit, wiggle a lot. Some people start arching the back and yawning. Maybe you look up, 3 breaths. And we return to earth. Inhale, find your center. Exhale, touch earth. We keep it going. Inhale, eyes are forward. Chaturanga. Exhale, legs are back. Bend it down. Inhale, rise it up. Exhale, bring it back. Let's just lunge, not even warrior. Inhale, step the right foot forward. Hands are up. Option 1, stay. Option 2, knee touches the ground. Inhale, lift it back up. Warrior 2. Exhale, widen the arms. You can rest that left hand down. Inhale, right arm up. Stay or stretch. Exhale, warrior 2. Windmill to chaturanga. Same, we just added the hip. Bend the elbows. Inhale, widen the shoulders behind you. Exhale, hips back. Left foot lunge. Inhale, keep the back heel up. Hands are up. Option 1, stay. Option 2, back knee to the floor. Inhale, rise it up. Warrior 2. Exhale, back heel is down. Arms are to a T. Stay or right hand rest. Inhale, yawn. Air out the left side of your body. Left armpit. Exhale, warrior 2. Windmill down to chaturanga. Inhale, the heart rises. Look up. Exhale, the hips go back. Option 1, stay or come to the knees. Option 2, do anything else you want. Some people go upside down on their forearms. Others who have blocks may want to do more shoulders. By the way, you could have water bottles or like little milk things. Could be almond milk. Forearms could be on the block, the thumbs face up, and eventually maybe you invite your forehead to touch the ground. The further the knees are, the more it's going to isolate the shoulders. The closer the knees are, the more you're going to support yourself. 5 breaths. I'll come hang out with you. This is such a good playlist. It's definitely like a summer playlist, but it's all good. So, Allison, this is fine. And if you wanted to, you purposefully press, you were doing everything right, purposefully press the forearm down. So there's like elongation of the whole arm. So straighten the elbow. Yeah, there. And imagine you're going to press the block down and you widen your shoulders away from your spine. Nice, Cameron. If ever you wanted, you could pike a little bit more, Cam, and then tuck your chin, look for the ceiling. Yeah. Keep what you're doing. At any point, you can stay or bend your knees and start playing with a different version of what you're doing. Those of us ready for down dog, please meet me there. Both knees will bend. Eyes are forward. Inhale, walk, step, float to the top of the mat. Look forward. Exhale, fold it down. Chair pose. Inhale, bend the knees. Look up to your thumbs. Exhale, rest it. I want to do balancing and I want to play. So let's start with that, yeah? Please, chair pose, bend your knees. Inhale, hands overhead. You could stay or hug opposite elbows. Inhale, lift the left elbow high. Exhale, stay here. Do you notice the difference? Inhale, reach the right elbow high as well, and then hug your rib cage back. 3 more breaths. Please press your right foot down. Start lifting your left knee so you're on your left toes. Option 1, stay here. Option 2, Karate Kid. Release your arms in front of you. All right, so imagine you have a sprained left ankle or a magical left ankle. Stay or lift the knee up to your belly button. At any point, you could straighten the standing leg or bend it. Sometimes one could work single leg strength like that. Or you pause, straighten. Maybe you bend and go towards warrior 3. You have 5 breaths to explore the stability, the strength of your right leg. If ever you wanted to work with this, Lucy or Cameron, well, it depends on your knee, Lucy. But in general, the left knee could touch the other calf, knee to right calf. Stay or extend the leg out. I'll give you a front view. Rivka, I think you would probably like this. I think they're called like dragon squats or something. Okay, my right leg's getting tired. So eventually, all of us start stepping the left foot back. You can touch the floor, adjust your stance so the right foot's on the right side of the mat, press the left heel back. Inhale, wing your thigh up, so make sure it's not collapsed, it's buoyant. Hug the tail underneath you, hands overhead. Exhale, grab your left wrist. Inhale, find your center, lift up. Exhale, stay or bend your right elbow to the right more, so you're bending towards the right side bend. So you're getting a stretch in the front of the left hip, lengthening and creating space in the rib cage, all the way up through the shoulder, elbow. Inhale, return, center, knee down. Exhale, point the toes, hands to the thigh. Bring your right buttocks or hip down. At any point, you could be shorter, you know? Right hip down, that's what I mean, so not like this, down. Hug the rib cage, back. At the base of your ribs, you have your kidneys. Right around there, breathe. Inhale, kind of like you're creating a hammock. Tuck your tail more. Round your upper middle back more. If you're intense and you want more intensity, you could tuck your chin. The right heel presses down. It's as though it's going to drag back. This is a right hip flexor stretch. If ever something feels right, you keep doing it. If you're with me, look forward. Inhale. Stay or get longer. Exhale. You could stay or interlace the fingers behind the back. Inhale, widen the chest. Stay or look up. 5 breaths, your way of expressing a knee down lunge. At any point, please know you could do in arms. I can't believe I downplayed this playlist. It's really good. Inhale, center. Touch earth in front of you. We're going to straighten the front leg, inhale, and then bend it a few times. So let's just call it release. Of course, if your version of release looks different, that's fine. Next time it's bent, keep it bent. Walk the hands forward. Step on the right foot so much, tuck the back toes. Stay, or some people lift the back leg, press the heel back as though you're trying to touch or push furniture back with your left heel. Stay or air out the top ribs. Remember your kidneys, don't squish them, keep them full. You could stay or do any version, maybe on your fingertips. So the bottom 2 ribs or so back there, they're protecting your internal organs, right? And within this, I already talked about the kidneys a little bit. Figure out the kidneys, breathe there. And right above the kidneys, there's like 2 party hats. Those are your adrenals. Make sure there's space for them so you're not constantly compressing the back ribs. Stay or rest the back knee down, point the toes. Widen the right foot off of the mat, toes at a diagonal. Left hand underneath you. Inhale, right hand to the thigh. Make sure you open the right foot like you're opening a part of a book. Inhale, tuck your tail so you're not falling down. Plug the shoulders in the socket. And exhale, lengthen back. Oof, I have a lot on my right hip. You can press the thigh away. The thigh presses into your hand. I got this tracker, like fitness tracker. And apparently our ancestors used to walk 10,000 steps a day. So it's an automatic goal that's pre-programmed on my default tracker. That's about like 5 miles a day, which doesn't sound like a lot, but it feels like a lot. Our ancestors were fit. Please back off. Inhale towards center. Stay as you are. Find your center. Tuck the back toes. Lift the back knee. Inhale here. Exhale, walk your hands to the left side of the mat, the long edge, and bend towards your left knee. Please sit left. And I'm just going to switch my orientation so I can see you. All right, I'm going to change it today. Option 1, stay or fold. Option 2, we can do the mobility the way we know, which is to lift up. Press the right heel down. The right leg, the muscles, the quads engage as you stand up. So it helps you stand. Exhale, bend the other knee, sit. Continue on your own. We have 5 breaths. Please make sure that it's not just the bent knee that's working. The straight leg is also actively pulling you, so the bent leg doesn't have to press so much weight. For those of us who heard me say we're going to do it differently today and got a little bit excited, meet me with your left knee bent. And slowly let it just go to the side like a janu, but an open janu. Left hand to the earth, right hand to the waist. Option 1, stay. Option 2, plug the left shoulder in the socket. Stay or thrust up. Support yourself. So we're stretching the front of the right hip and opening up the whole shoulder, the whole chest, excuse me. We sit. Exhale, return where we came from. Lift the top knee up. We're about to meet in a lunge on the right. Use your hands or don't. Inhale, rise up. Look to the right. Go to the right. Keep your left hand on the floor. Widen your left thigh up. Kidneys full. Right hand, right waist. Stay or stack the shoulders. Look right. Look to the ceiling. Do whatever you want with your right arm. If ever you want more guidance, just open it. I'm going to face you. Some people bring it over their ear and stretch the whole right side. Other people bring it back and stretch the whole center front. Please stay. 5 more breaths. Option 1. Option 2, press the right foot, step it halfway back. All 10 toes face the long edge of the mat. Lift the rib cage up, plug the shoulder into the body. Arm up or over the ear. Option 1, stay or dome out your ribs. Stretch the side of the right hip, the right side of your body. Some people are like, no, thank you. And you stay centered, plugged in. Others lower the left hip down and hug your left abdomen back. I said 5 breaths, so I'm pretty sure it's been 5. If you're ready, inhale, rise. If you know side plank and you want to do that instead of chaturanga, up dog, down dog, go into side plank. If you're with me, touch the earth. Exhale, step both feet back and stay in plank for a second. Situate yourself. Make sure the back feels steady. If that's true, stay or bend the elbows. Exhale. Stay or upward facing. Inhale. Stay or downward facing. Exhale. You have 5-ish breaths. Some of us stay. Some of us may want to flip our dog. So if that's you, you can lift your right leg up. Inhale. Stack the hips. Bend the knee. You could come up to the fingertips as you tuck the tail. Stay or start landing the left heel down and eventually the right foot down. Stretch genuinely. I'm listening right now on the playlist to Dub All Stars, and it's a redemption song, but it's all acoustic Spanish guitar. Return, whatever you just did, return towards a centered experience of breath, of your body, of down dog. Become firmly aware of where your tail is in space and just tuck it slightly down, hug the belly back, and widen the back body. Exhale, let your neck be soft. Bend both knees, meet me in a squat. Inhale, walk, step, jump, feet are wide. Exhale, bend your knees. I'm gonna look at you. Option 1, stay. Hands together, heels back. If ever squat, if this bend is too much for your knee, you could be upright, okay? Stay, or some of us will hold our right ankle. So the left hand to the right ankle, right hand, right thigh. The lower your left shoulder is, the more range you'll have. Stay, or slowly start straightening the arms, lean back into your left thigh, lift the head. Stay, or notice that you can press the right thigh away. The thigh isn't passive. The thigh presses into your hands, lengthen the neck, lengthen the chest. Remain connected. Whatever your shoulder is touching on your thigh, keep that connection pressing firmly into each other. And you're firmly aware of the space between your body parts. So where the clothes are and where the clothes meet space. Return it. Exhale, center. Touch earth, back off a little bit or a lot. One more set, please. All right, stay or bring the palms together. You could be up higher. Some people will hold the other ankle. Let's call it your left ankle. Lower the right shoulder down. Left hand to the thigh. Inhale, bring your tail underneath you. It's looking for your belly button. And then exhale, press the thigh away. The thigh presses right back into you. Get really long from pubic bone to navel, from navel to heart, and then widen from the heart to the shoulders. Your neck is long. Good. We back off a little bit. Inhale. We back off a lot. If you want to do crow, now would be the time to do it, if that's your version of release. For me, I'm just going to straighten and stand up. You do what you need, 5 breaths. Feel free to do crow for 5. I won't forget you. Or feel free to dangle for 5, where we bend the knees. There's at least 2 hands in between our feet, and we grab opposite elbows. Tuck the chin. Imagine that the best massage person ever is standing by you, and the longer your spine is, the more space this person has to de-stress and to detensify your body. And they could just be massaging you while you hang. Good. Stay forever, or fingertips to the earth. Everyone's feet are to the earth, whether you're in crow or not. Toe heel the feet together. Bend the knees. Tuck the chin. Stand up. Inhale. Chair. We will stay. Some people do different things with the elbows. If you want, I'll guide us through one more shoulder thing, where you hug opposite elbows and lift both. Stay. I'm going to give you my back. Others may cross arms, and now you're supporting the base of the shoulders. It's kind of like a crate for your gentle head. All right. Left foot presses firmly down. Bring the tail under, hug the ribs back. Keep pressing the left foot so firmly down that the right foot gets lighter. And we're Karate Kid. Right heel rises. You're on your right toes. Right knee rises. Some of us keep the standing leg bent. Others prefer to straighten it. Maybe you alternate. You can do any arms. Others may straighten the leg forward. Still, others want to explore back. You have 5 breaths to enjoy your Sunday on your left leg. Good. Continue what you're doing. Those of us with me, let's start stepping back towards a lunge. The hands can touch the floor. Make a purposeful adjustment. Left foot to the left side of the mat. Right heel presses back. Widen your right buttocks up. Tuck the tail in between the 2 sitting bones. Lift the arms up. Inhale. Stay or grab your right wrist. Exhale. Please firmly bend the front leg, and the back leg is purposefully straight. Some of us will side bend to the left. Again, I encourage any sounds to come through. Return to center, inhale. Rest the back knee down, exhale. Feel free to shorten your stance. The left thigh wants to kiss your abdomen. Keep it down. Be like, no thanks. And then tuck the tail. Hug the ribs back enough that you remember your ribs, your kidneys are spacious. Stay or tuck your tail more. Start looking down. Look for your belly. Look for your pelvis. Stretch the front of the right hip. I know I'm tucking my toes. Technically, my teachers tell me to point it. So I'll point it. We stay forever or back off. Feel free to get longer in your stance or not. Kapiasana, your way. The previous one, I said interlace the fingers. It didn't look like you liked that too much. So do any other shoulders you want. Another one I naturally do, if you want, is lift the arms overhead. Inhale, it lifts your rib cage. It airs out your armpits. Stay or palms touch, but don't do that. See if instead you can cross your forearms, palms face each other. So it's like this, that. Stay forever. Those of us who want to release or want a little bit of movement, return to center. Inhale, both hands inside of the foot and release your way. For me, it's straightening the front leg and bending it, or bringing the hips back and bringing the hips forward. Connect it with breath. You're not imposing any breath, and you are aware of how you breathe when you move. Next time the knee is bent, if you feel ready, stay there, or walk the hands forward, fingertips. Stay or tuck the back toes, lift the back knee. Notice it kind of wants to sag. The femur wants to sag. Keep hugging the femur, the thigh bone up. Belly in. Air out your ribs, air out the back body, tuck the chin, ear next to the biceps, kind of like what we did earlier in child's pose. The more space you have to your kidneys and the less you compress your adrenals, the more your nervous system can chill out. The less tension you need to maintain. Good. Stay or rest the back knee. Point the back toes. Some people widen the left foot off of the mat towards Kalyasana. The toes are a diagonal. Come to the pinky toe side of the foot. Left hand to the thigh. Notice the hip wants to sag, which will compress your low back. Don't do that. Inhale, lift your hips up a little bit. Tuck the tail, and then exhale, press the thigh away. Thigh presses into the hand. Some people feel more comfortable having the right elbow down. It's whatever works for you. We start backing off, yeah? Inhale towards center. Tuck the back toes, lift the back knee. Walk to the right, long edge of the mat. Exhale, walk to the right foot. You can squat or sit. In the seat, stay tall, fingertips forward. Some of us stay here. Others want to play. Whether it's the first one that we did or this one side to side squat, lift into a half squat and land, make a left footprint. Stay low, slide left. Keep the right foot planted and slide. So notice that the main difference is that the foot stays planted and the upper body is lower. You have 3 more breaths. Again, the straight leg pulls you towards it. The bent leg presses you away from it. So then it's both chains are working. Some of us continue. Others want to sit. Exhale. Rest your right knee on the ground like a tree pose, Janu Shirshasana like. The foot can touch you or not. Bring the left hand behind you, right arm is up. Inhale, stay, or from the core of the pelvis, tuck your tail, and it's as though you had a long tail. It'd be the length of your leg, and it'd probably be as big as your leg. And someone pulls it, and you rise up, open, stretch. Let's call this supported wild thing. Good. Exhale, we sit. situate your foot in the most comfortable way that you can. Remember, we started in a lunge. Let's return to it. Please press the right foot so far down. You lift, look left. Make your way towards the left leg. Lunge. Make sure your left foot's to the left, your right hand's to the right. Lift the thigh, left hand, left waist. Inhale, stay or widen your chest. Stay or extend your arm overhead or to the ceiling. Any version. Some of us stay, others go into that side plank variation. Remember, where the left foot steps halfway back, all 10 toes face the long edge of the mat. Left arm up, and it's kind of like your ribs are on a string and they lift up. Like, what are they called? Air balloons. They're about to take off. Stay, or maybe you don't want to take off. You bring the belly back and you want to stay landed, stable. Other people lower the right hip down. 3 more breaths your way. Good. Continue. Anyone who wants to do side plank, rise up, go into it, skip chaturanga and up dog. Anyone who wants chaturanga with me, touch earth, return to center. Let's say you don't want chaturanga. You're like, what if I don't want either of those? You stay in plank. If you're ready for chaturanga, exhale, lower it down. Inhale, slide it forward, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Self-regulate. Practice self-sovereignty. What do you need? You have 5 breaths. When in doubt, stay here. Listening to the not knowing is also listening. Whatever needs to happen, 5 breaths. Nice, Lucy. Almost called you Lotte. Good, good, good. Yeah. If ever you wanted, Lucy, you could work wide legs. Work everything straight that you possibly can. It doesn't have to be legs straight. It doesn't have to be legs together. Nice, Cam. Nice, Sarah. Good, Rivka. Uh-huh. Okay. I'm feeling the vibe. Good, Daniel. A few of you are doing that. All right. Let's go towards earth. It's still opening, but let's meet in downward facing. If you're in child's pose, just know we're meeting on all fours. So exhale, everyone who's ready is on all fours. And let's undulate a little bit. All right, so we know the tuck the tail, arch the spine, tuck the chin. We know that, right? Where the tail moves first and the chin moves last. There's this other one. If ever you wanted to include the shoulders, pause and bring the right shoulder towards your right hip. Return to center, inhale. Left shoulder, left hip. Exhale. And do that a few times just to see if you have that movement. And then pause, forget about it, and go into your undulations. Maybe you start invoking the snake, or you start doing like serpentine stuff where your shoulders also move. It's not just the spine. And it doesn't have to look any particular way. It's just purposefully lubricating the shoulders and the spine. Good. 2 more. Good. Last one. All right. We're going to do this at least 2 times, maybe a third, depending on how you all respond. Meet me up. So keep your knees down, inhale, hands to the waist. The first one I'll cue as though it's a hip opener, and the second one I'll cue as though it's a shoulder opener. It's the same pose. I'm just giving us attention. I'm guiding attention to the front. So please stay kneeling. Bring one hand to like the hip bone and one hand above where your belly is. So for me, it's the width of my pants, of the belt of the pants. Regardless, touch your hip and right above it, okay? And we're kneeling. And notice the space between your fingers, right? And between your thumb and your index finger, for example. See if you can tuck your tail, belly in. Inhale, press the hips forward, lift the ribs up. Press the hips forward, lift the ribs up. Imagine you're purposefully stretching this part that you're touching. Keep stretching that, and maybe you move your hands. Right hand to the underneath low back, left hand, left low back. Keep stretching the front of the pant line. Inhale, from your knees to your hip bones get longer. Exhale, from your hips to your ribs get longer. And exhale from your ribs to your shoulders gets wider. And I'll come over and look. Yeah. So often at times I would work just stretching the front hips. I'm not concerned about a back bend. It's just the front hips. Yeah. Daniel, see if you can lift your right side a little bit more. You're collapsing more the right and lengthening more the left. So I'm going to mimic what I see. Yeah. So I'm seeing like this. See if you can. Yeah. And then return to center. I see some of us have returned. At any point, please, again, self-regulate. That was really good. If ever you want, just take a break for a second while I share with you what we just did. Imagine this is a wall. What we're doing is stretching towards the wall. So you keep your hips there, so the front of the hips stays stretching. The second one now, I said we would work the shoulders. Notice your hips and your shoulders. You have left hip, left shoulder, right hip, right shoulder. With this one, I'd like you to cross-reference. So notice your right hip and your left shoulder. Inhale, get longer. Do you see how much space you could create? Keep that. And now from your left hip to your right shoulder, widen. In the back, see if you can hug the shoulders behind you. Hands to the low back. Do you? When in doubt, do it the way you know how. Okay? All I was doing was cross-referencing and getting really long in the front body before going back. And then keep what you have, throw all the rules away, and do what works for you. Yeah. This looks good, Catherine. Layla, keep what you have, lengthen the right side a little bit more. Same with Daniel. This looks good, Rivka. At any point, soften 10%. Yeah. This looks really good, Cameron. Nice, Sarah. Allison, you're getting it. Yeah. Imagine your elbows are magnetized towards each other. And Lucy, it looks like you're getting really nice in the front hips and the front shoulders. This is nice. The body will come out when it needs to come out. Return towards center. Inhale. And exhale, rest. I think that was plenty. I know I said it would be 2 or 3, but you all stayed in that forever. Hug your knees and tuck your tail under like you're scooping it underneath. And you can bring the chin in. Again, you could be preparing for a back massage. Inhale from the center of the spine to the right shoulder, right ribs wide. Keep it as we exhale. From the spine to the left shoulder, left ribs, inhale wide. Exhale. Good. We have 10 more breaths. Some of us stay here. Others inhale, rise, and naturally walk the hands forward, whether towards child's pose or headstand is up to you. Other people are not wanting to go forward at all and instead want to get into the front of the hips or even the quads. If that's you, you rise, sit in between the heels, and go back. You have 10 breaths to express your own autonomy and your own expression of releasing from that. Awesome. I see a few headstands, see a few child's poses. Nice. And please remember, a headstand isn't just legs together and straight. Of course, it's perfectly fine if you want to do it that way. I also encourage you to invite play or curiosity. What would happen if the legs separate one way or another? They're bent one way or another. 5 more breaths. Whatever you're doing is fine. Okay. Eventually, we're going to meet in down dog. If you're kneeling and if you want to go with me, we're going to meet on all fours pretty soon. So whatever you found, start finding your way towards all fours. If an undulation, cat-cow, or shoulder stuff starts happening, let that be there. Good. Whatever you're feeling in your body is uniquely yours. So move in your own unique way. Good. Eventually, we meet in downward facing. So there was a request for hips and there was a request for shoulders. Let's go into Ekapada Raja Kapotasana. What's that called? Pigeon in English. Inhale, lift your right leg up. Oh, wait, time out. I just realized I forgot something. Please come to down dog. Some of us will stay here. Some of us will need to flip our dog. Remember, some of us flipped it to the left. So lift your left leg up, stack it, stay or bend the top knee. If you want to flip your dog, you have 5 breaths. If not, those of us who are like, I didn't miss it, you can stay in down dog. Okay? Oof. Stay flipped if you're flipped. Do you? Those of us ready to be guided into pigeon, lift your right leg up. Inhale. Knee to your wrist. Exhale. Land the right knee forward. Land the thighs down. Lengthen the left thigh back. Adjust your right leg. If you're a little bit uncomfortable now, you're going to be a lot uncomfortable later. So might as well just adjust while we can. All right. Inhale. Lengthen the spine. Exhale, spill forward, not fall forward, spill, like you're allowing energy to flow freely from the hips to the shoulders. Good. And of course, at any point, you could support yourself. You could put something underneath your right buttocks. You could put something underneath your left thigh. And just breathe. We have 20 breaths total, 15 left. Those of us who want shoulders, this one's interesting. I've guided it before. You could come to the fingertips and lift the arms, kind of like you did in that child's pose position. And slowly thread the left arm through. The right hand could be at your right waist. Stay or the left hand supports your head like you're answering the telephone or there's a dog lying in front of you and you need to look at the camera. Stay or the right hand tickles your own feet. Let's call it a bind. So the right arm can reach back. And we can stay here. I won't forget to cue it on the other side. So if I'm working shoulders, I prefer to stay in the pose longer than providing a lot of diversity. And breathe. We have 8 more breaths. Make any adjustments you need. You can hear the sound of the breath. It's not forced. You're just connected enough that you can hear yourself breathe. I'm doing this yoga nidra training, and one of my homeworks assignments, if any of you want to, is kind of to like start watching yourself fall asleep or start noticing when you're dozing off. And doesn't mean you try to bring yourself back in this moment. We do bring ourselves back. It's just being aware even of the shifts in consciousness. So in this moment, observe yourself remaining present. And that was time. Inhale, return towards a centered position. Tuck the toes, lift the knees. Inhale, lift the hips back, and exhale, make any natural movements at all that comes through in your body. So gradually, we also start learning to trust the body, and we're creating space in the body, and all these alignment cues are helping us create a sense of safety and stability in the body, so the body becomes a safe space to live in, to express from, to rely on. The left leg will rise. Inhale. Knee to your wrist. Exhale. Situate yourself. Make yourself as comfortable as possible. It might take you 19 breaths to do that. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, do you. Some of us go forward and stay here. The left thigh presses down. Without moving too much, it's as though the left knee is going to hook back towards the right ankle. Keep that connection, and from the right ankle to your right shoulder, get long. Some of us will stay. Others start walking the hands forward. Any variation. In this one, the left arm could thread through, rest the elbow. Excuse me, I said it wrong. The right arm could thread through, rest the elbow. Stay or bring the left hand to your left waist. This might be enough. Others might tickle the toes. You could slide your right elbow as far or as close to you as you need. Breath is steady. We have about 12 more breaths, 11 more breaths. If anything else comes through you or your body naturally gravitates towards a different orientation, let that happen. In no way do you need to do the exact same thing that you did previously. Those of us who are with the right shoulder, elbow, tricep, something down, press it into the mat as you inhale, widen the left shoulder back a little bit. Let your neck be long. At any point, you can shift your head. We're on the last 5 breaths. Sometimes I pretend someone's adjusting my back leg and hugging it towards center and pulling it back a little bit so the right thigh bone, the femur bone, can lengthen away from the hip socket a little bit. The hip flexors tend to be quite tight. So if we allow the femur to lengthen out, there can be spacious awareness there. Now it's time. We back off, press down, lift up, take your time, get out of it, tuck the toes, inhale, lift the hips enough that the knees follow, bring it back, anything at all that your body does. This is our last down dog for today. My body, it tends to pedal it out. Good. And we're about to meet seated, so stay here as long as you need. If you're ready to be seated with me, let's meet seated. Inhale, walk, step, jump. And exhale. Make sure there's room behind you. We're going to lie down and stay lying down. Some of us have blocks. Others have imagination. Eventually you have both. No, but we're going to do bridge for those of us who want to be active. We could be in a supported bridge for those of us who have a block. Regardless, let's all set up the same way. Widen the shoulders behind you and then hug the belly back, tuck your tail slightly. Notice the low back is firmly on the mat. Press the heels down. Inhale, lift the hips up. Some of us stay or interlace our fingers. Others bring a block and slide it underneath your low back. It could be as high or as low as it makes sense for you. Good. And stay here for 5. I'm just going to look over to see what kind of cues to give if any of you chose the block or... Okay, the majority of you are not using the blocks, so I won't cue the blocks. Okay. And exhale, bring it down. Let's do one more, but it'll be longer, so 10 breaths. Of course, if you prefer to do 2 sets of 5, that's fine. Reset the shoulders, reset the hands, the feet, tuck the tail. Some of us will stay with this version. Others lift the toes. So it's like you're digging your heels into the earth and you're purposely going to tone the back of the legs. Whatever you're doing, press down, inhale, lift up. Those of us with our toes up, dig the heels so far down, you notice the hips rise more. Not just are you pressing the heels down, you're not going to move them, and you're energetically dragging them back towards your shoulders. 5 breaths or 8, depending if you're doing 1 set or 2. No. Good. We're in the halfway point. Of course, feel free to stay here if you want to reset. Some might plant the feet, plant the hands, and lift up into wheel. Last 5. And exhale, start inviting yourself down and away. No. Sorry, Zion's like nipping at me, but he's a 100-pound dog nipping. All right, we're going to do supine twists. Hug the knees, keep the feet, lift the hips. Inhale, shift the hips to the left. Exhale, let the knees fall to the right. Make any micro or mega adjustments. You could have a shirt or a block between your thighs. The left arm could open to a T. You can look anywhere you want. Breath is steady. Keep what you have. or the left arm reaches by your left ear. And invite your entire left side body to be long. Maybe you even purposefully stretch and the knees lower down a little bit. Stay, or the right hand can cross your body and it rests on your rib cage somewhere. It gives you tactile feedback. We're not trying to breathe into the hand. And when we breathe, inhale, notice the hand and the breath. Exhale. Let's say we notice the meeting of the breath with the hand with the breath. Breathe in again, inhale. Exhale. Keep this channel open. Stay, or slide your hand down a little bit. Notice your hip bone go a little bit lower towards your actual thigh. Inhale here. Exhale, stay, or press the thigh down. Suction the left abdomen back, left shoulder down. Good. Let's back off. Inhale, back off a little bit. Exhale, back off a lot. You could lift your left knee, make a left foot press, lift and shift. We're centered. Inhale here. Exhale, hips to the right, knees to the left. Make room. Inhale. Stay or exhale. Situate yourself. Some people lift the right arm by the ear. Do what needs to happen. Some people put something in between their thighs. If twists don't feel right, you could do happy baby. You could do anything where you're hugging the legs in, or maybe you go ahead and rest. Those of us twisting, stay, or the left hand crosses over your body towards your rib cage. Inhale, notice how the breath meets the body, meets your lungs, meets the rib cage, the skin in your hand. Exhale, soften into those layers of tissues. Couple more breaths just of observation, of feeling. Continue this. Or exhale, slide your hand down towards your hip / a little bit lower thigh. Inhale, prepare. Bring the belly back, right shoulder down. Good. Stay as long as you want. Those of us ready for rest, back off a little bit. Inhale, mostly with your arms and your eyes and your face. And then exhale, prepare the right foot down. Inhale, lift and shift. All of us are centered. Make any wiggles, anything at all. I'm going to turn the music off. You all start setting up for a rest. Good. Start taking over your mat. Inhale, the legs are allowed to be wide. And exhale, the arms can settle by your side. Bring awareness to the center of your heart. Inhale, land here. Exhale. Bring awareness to your right foot. Inhale, notice any sensation here. Exhale, settle it down. Inhale, from your right foot to your heart, get connected. Exhale, from your heart to your left ankle, relax. Inhale, from your left ankle to your heart, connect. Exhale, from your heart to your right shoulder, soften. Inhale, right shoulder to heart. Exhale, heart to left shoulder. Inhale, left shoulder to heart. Exhale, heart to either hand. Palms are open. Inhale from that, limbs to your heart. Exhale from your heart to your forehead, your third eye. Soften and relax your brain. Take rest. Inhale, reconnect to the body, to the points, the heart, the feet, the heart, the shoulders, the heart, the hands. Make any movements that need to happen. Maybe move your head side to side. Inhale, stretch as much as you want. Exhale, relax your effort. Bend the knees, inhale. Rest onto your side, exhale. Notice how you feel. Press the hands down. Inhale, invite yourself up to seated. Exhale, cross your legs in a way that's comfortable. The palms can touch in front of the heart. Maybe you prefer to touch your heart and your belly. Whatever, make contact. Inhale, invite yourself to be tall. Keep the connection as we exhale. Lean back a little bit, your ribs over your hips. Notice how you feel. This is the practice of working with our own experience, with our internal environment, and we learn how to cultivate a healthy habitat within ourselves. And every posture is just a tool. Every cue is just another clue as to how to work a little bit more efficiently or kindly or straightforward with ourselves, so we nourish ourselves. Thank you for sharing your practice, your Sunday morning, and being here. Namaste. Enjoy your weekend. I'm going to stop recording.